Welcome once again to Lessons from My Diary. I'm here with Mbabazi Faridah. She's a journalist, environment storyteller, and human rights defender. Faridah, welcome to Lessons from My Diary.
Thank you so much, Derek. It's really a pleasure to be here, and I can't wait to share some good knowledge and news to you all.
Faridah, talk to us. Where does your journey begin? Walk us a few years before all this highlight.
Years, I won't say years ago, but should I say like some years, some good years, because in my childhood I wanted to be a journalist.
Yeah.
And we also had these other mere dreams that I wanted to be a pilot, but later realized that will I be able to do that? So I saw journalism as one of my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
So I started journalism some time back. My journey wasn't it. I won't say that it was a straight line. It wasn't. It had ups and downs. I started in banking.
Yeah.
I was all along. I was trying to find myself. Banking. I later joined radios. I did some good morning drives, evening drives. Do you know, guys, that I'm also a DJ and I'm called DJ Faridah? So
Nice.
So, but later I realized that I didn't feel the field.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like this is what I'm doing, because I wanted to be a journalist, because I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless people. That is the only reason why I came for journalism. That's the reason behind it. I can't come out and say that I did journalism because of this. No. I used to see a lot of stories, and these stories are going unnoticed, not covered. You get it? We have very many journalists. But how many stories do you see coming out from your community or in your district?
Yeah.
There are few stories. So this is something that I wanted some time back, and I did it, and here I am. I graduated with Kampala University, and this is where I got my degree of bachelor's in mass communication.
Faridah, you mentioned something that really intrigued me. What do you mean by voice of the voiceless?
So I'll give an example. Your home, your dad, right?
Yeah.
So in case someone touches on your family, who can come out and speak? When you're around home and someone maybe comes out and do something that is not really good, who comes out and speak when you're around?
Yeah, definitely you come to speak
So
out.
it means you're the head of the family. So we have these stories, or I would say people who are out there, but they face injustices. Sometimes these people can't come out to camera and speak for themselves. At a certain point, those stories remain there, not because they don't want to speak, but because they don't know how better they can bring their stories to you. So I realized that in my home district, I will say that I've not seen like 10 even stories in a month that comes from that side. Even 2 stories in a month, it is really hard, but stories are there. So it's me to bring those stories to you. I'm the voice of my home, but I'm also a voice to all Ugandans at large. You get it? I'm not serving my home district, but I'm also serving everyone. As long as your story needs to be told, I'll always bring it to media.
Very interesting. Most cases in your field of journalism, we tend not to hear the real stories and to hear what they want us to hear. I don't know if I'm right, but one thing that has reflected your journey is the ability to air out stories that we shy away from most cases. We shy away from some stories because of the way probably they make us feel, or we fear some certain entities, or we do not want to associate with the negative bits of what's happening within the situation. Tell us what gives you strength to air out stories that sometimes people shy away from, and journalists don't want to incorporate themselves within those stories because maybe they're fearing their career, or they're fearing their any different threats around?
Thank you so much. To me, I would say I work as an independent journalist or a freelancer. And this, I mean, I've ever worked with some media houses.
Yeah.
You get it. But do you know that there was a time when I did my story and it was edited? You get it. I submitted my story to the editor and they changed a lot of things that needed actually to be out. So I believe that very many people want to tell these stories, but because of the media houses they are associated with, they can't. They feel like they can't speak these stories. They will lose their careers.
Yeah.
But what gives me strength is that the stories are there. People who are suffering are there.
Yeah.
And I have the capacity to bring these stories. I don't need to work for a certain media house to bring this story.
Yeah.
I believe in the power of digital platforms. That is social media, you get it. I've covered a lot of stories in my life.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you the stories that I even covered while in media didn't bring any impact because these were monitored stories. Do you know what it means getting a story and you have to first give it to the editor? And the editor will look like, this is going to look kind of different. How will the boss say about it? So some stories are going to be pushed away. You get it. So me working as an independent journalist, I feel like I have a lot of freedom. You get it. I don't say that the stories I bring are sidelined stories. No, they are evidence-based
stories
and true stories.
Yeah.
So me being independent, it has helped me so much to speak for others because no one is going to stop me. And I bring these stories to the limelight, and I've seen policymakers and the public coming out to help and to hold those who are responsible accountable. Yeah.
Two things: impact and accountability. Within the last statements that you made, how impactful have you seen your stories do, and what's the importance of accountability to every stakeholder and all the different people, or even us? How important is accountability?
I believe have you ever, let me give an example. I'm working for a certain organization, but I'm not the boss.
Yeah.
So it means if I think that I believe behind me, if I make a mistake, I'm going to be held accountable for the actions that I do. You get it? So holding someone accountable, it means everyone will be careful with whatever he or she is doing. Let's give an example of a certain story that I covered about the health sector of a person who died. So if I didn't bring that story outside, do you think this person would have been held accountable?
No.
So holding someone accountable, it doesn't mean that we want people to lose their jobs, no, but we want people to recognize their mistakes and make changes where it is necessary. So stories bringing impact. I've seen people getting justice, get it, through the stories that I tell. I'm not someone who comes to the story without evidence. I make sure my story is well packed. This person is willing to come and defend her story. You get it? I always give an opportunity. I give even them platforms. And by the way, those are not the only people. I have people who are even in bigger positions who come to you and tell you, Faridah, I have this story. Very, very big people, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And they feel like, the situation here is not okay, but you mind if you bring it this, you get it. So they don't feel like whatever they're doing is bad, but they feel like these people who are doing something bad to them need to be accountable of their actions. Every sector in whatever we are doing, I'm also accountable of whatever I do. If I run a story, like a biased story, I will be accountable. Like if I lie for someone and it causes a damage to him or her, I will be charged by courts of law. You get it? So accountability is on everyone, regardless of the sector, of the size. Yes.
You recently ran a story, and a very emotional, heartfelt story of the oil pipeline, of the untold stories of the oil pipeline. While looking at your journey, I saw you at your deepest emotions at hand, and then I saw you also at the emotions where you are celebrating somewhere after maybe going to the Netherlands and doing the climatic change. Please, probably maybe you can elevate more about that story and the different lessons you learned within these two journeys?
The documentary I did was Voices Along the Pipeline. These are the untold stories. So the East African crude oil pipeline is a 1,443 kilometer pipeline, and this pipeline is running from Hoima to the port of Tanga in Tanzania, purposely transporting oil. However, it is passing through 10 districts, you understand?
Yeah.
Displaced over 100,000 people, you get it? Those are the stories that they are not going to come out and tell you. It has crossed over 200 rivers, and a third of its route is passing through Lake Victoria. So bringing these stories to the limelight, it was like this pipeline itself has a lot of stories, and people living on these pipeline routes carry the heaviest burden.
Yeah.
You get it? However, when media comes and reports, they are showing us the benefits. You get it? Ignoring these women on the front line. We've been seeing stories where men come out and speak. You get it? But we are not seeing women coming to the camera. Yet we believe that women are now responsible for a lot of things in even the families. Voices Along the Pipeline focuses on women and a lot of stories.
Yeah.
Some of the stories are the compensation. A woman has never been compensated for a period of 9 years.
Yeah.
Women who are being raped by pipeline developers. You get it? And these stories won't appear anywhere in media. You get it? So what is the role of Faridah to do? Faridah, your role is to go and see if it's possible for these women to speak their stories, to bring these stories to the limelight. I won't say that it was very easy for me. I've covered stories, but that is one of the stories that I was broken emotionally. I was drained. I was depressed. I've never covered a story like that. So losing along the documentary process, within the shooting period, you've lost someone and this person has just died. You're trying to save a life. You're seeing people as busy suffering. Like, have you ever listened to those stories and feel touched to an extent? You feel like, if I don't bring this voice to the limelight, I would have betrayed this community.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so easy. By the end of that day, I celebrated that documentary, because we always see statistics where people come out and say, and policymakers, that almost everyone has been compensated.
Yeah.
But in the actual sense, we have these people have never been compensated. We've seen women being suffering on the front lines of this pipeline. You get it? Remember, in our culture, if you marry me, the land, I only come to your place. So means the land belongs to you. We've tried to have crops on that land. We've built a house. We have children, you get it. But when the compensation came, it was paid to a man. Now what these guys did, or their husbands, they ignored their families and left away. So a lot of women are looking for a place to stay. Because when this money came, they went crazy and abandoned their homes and families.
Yeah.
You get it? So it's a lot of things where the story itself it traumatizes. So now covering it and having it is so stressful. But I think also that the time when I brought that documentary, I know some people came out to fight, like, this is not right, what and what. But because it was evidence based, they realized that these things are happening, and they were willing to take action. I want to maybe I'll cut this out and send it to Honorable Minister Nyamtolo, because when I sent that when I published that story, she promised us to make a follow-up. And I'm grateful that when I released that documentary, she was willing to listen and maybe give me feedback. So we are still waiting for you to see how best we can save this woman, a single mother of 7 children, looking for a house, lost everything, and she's living on a mercy of a person where she has even no shelter to stay. So I believe in the policymakers. because we don't know what can come out, but I believe if she can really intervene and maybe fulfill the promise she did to us, she promised, everything will be okay, and I'm grateful for that.
It was really heartbreaking what really happened. Emotions were high. What are the hardest lessons you learned from that entire episode?
The hardest thing that I learned in that story is that, we all believe that we pass through a lot, but people have pain.
Yes.
Behind every untold story you don't see in media, there is a life that is going. Behind every untold story that you don't see in media, there is a lot of injustices. People have lost hope. I saw people hopeless completely. Someone thinking of to end her life.
Yes.
You get it. I saw how best journalists we can work and bring these voices. Because when I reached out, she was so happy. She didn't even expect that she would definitely get a chance to be recognized. Do you know what it means, 9 years without anything in your life? You get it. So I learned that people pass through a lot. And what is our role as journalists? We don't need to be hard. We need to teach how these people can also speak for themselves. You get it.
Yeah.
I believe I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless people, but I can't be that anymore. Why? It's because I can't cover every story.
Yes.
Along the way, along the documentary period, I found a lot of stories, a number of stories and heartbreaking stories. But do you think what I witnessed in Hoima can't happen anywhere else?
No.
Will I keep on moving from Hoima to Gomba to Wakiso to cover these stories?
No.
So I can't be a voice for the voiceless people anymore. All I want is to be a voice that empowers voiceless people to speak for themselves. Where we can all come together and bring these stories, document that story on a phone, send it to me. I will give you a platform and publish it. You get it? So it is so heartbreaking. But also we need to remember as journalists who go to these people and cover these stories to be human. You get it? Me breaking out on the internet, that was something that I never wanted to happen. Do you think I staged tears?
No.
Do you think I staged pain?
No.
Because some stories are too hard and you can't keep it within yourself. So we need to sympathize with these people. We need to show them that we are together with them in everything we do. So a lot of hard lessons came along the way, but it actually made me more strong to cover these stories more than before. Because I've seen how people are suffering. I be there saying I am suffering, but what I witnessed, people have problems, and if you don't come for them, you might not find that life there anymore.
Within that same story and that journey of that entire story, there was really a heartbreaking moment of someone who's a doctor failing to play their role and calling you out on negative things. And at the end of the video, what heartbroke me was the gentleman within that video saying, "That's how they treat us."
Now during I was actually heading to do my documentary. Now I didn't, because some people thought that it was staged, but it wasn't staged. Me, I was heading to do my documentary, but when I reached Chiboga, one of my sources was in Chiboga, the one I had to interview first. Now this woman told me she has a patient. Her only support system, because this was the person who was helping her, she was chased from the land to get and promised compensation, abandoned by the husband. Now in that process, the father-in-law was like, come and be here for some small period as we are waiting for the compensation. This woman went to the father-in-law's place. Now the father-in-law died sometime back, because these are 9 years. The father-in-law died, and the family members are chasing her with stories. No, you may be lying us, you received the money. How can you tell us that a period over 9 years you haven't received compensation? Now the only source we had to support us was the mother-in-law, who was busy saying, please let the let this woman be
Be
here
here.
and her children. And that is the woman who got an accident. She got an accident like today, yet tomorrow I'm going for the documentary.
Oh dear.
You get it. So me reaching there to pick my source, I talked to the woman. I was like, because I call them ma'am, hello ma'am, how are you? I'm almost here. And it's like, I have my mother. She calls her mother. I have my mother here. She's sick. Let me come. And I'm like, no, let me pass by and check on her. Then we pick you and go document because I have to proceed to Hoima. Now reaching at the hospital. The hospital was so nice. Surprisingly, it was so nice and a big hospital.
Yeah.
Because when you look at Chiboga Hospital, it is very good. It
Facilities.
has the good facilities. The infrastructures are so nice. The building is well painted. You get it. So I looked at the woman. She had an accident, but you could not see any wound. But the lady was laid on the hospital bed. She was into direct sunlight. She had internal bleeding. She was brought at night at 7 p.m. And guess what? She was only given just a drip of glucose. Me reaching there, I realized, I saw it because the woman was in bad state. I was like, why is she in this state? You guys, what are the next steps? This person is not actually well. And they're like, we came yesterday and they've just given us a transfer letter saying we should proceed to another hospital in Hoima. And I'm like, what is the reason they are giving you? That we don't have medicines. You get it. And I'm like, why are they telling you today? They would have told you yesterday because you had an opportunity for a car that brought her here. You get it. Now I got surprised. We had to look for the ambulance. Now getting the ambulance, the patient got a bit sick. The situation went a bit high. That is when I actually ran to the doctor with the woman I had come to document. Found the doctor. He was just on his phone scrolling. What? I was like, hello sir, can I talk to you? Yes, what is it? And I'm like, I'm Faridah. There is a patient who needs your attention. Can you please come and help us? And he's like, which patient? And like, there is a woman in the emergency section. But I was like, oh, the woman you're talking about, I know her, but she was brought yesterday. If she's going to die, I'm not God. What do you want me to do? Imagine.
Oh dear.
And he said, what is your profession? Because I told him, do you know that what you're doing can actually be bad if it is documented? Then he asked me, what is your profession? And I'm like, I'm a journalist. Hey, journalist, you be looking for what to eat and news. Me, I'm a doctor, I can't run. I cried, actually. I cried in front of that man. I cried. He wasn't busy. We left. We tried to ask everyone to help us carry this woman from the sick bed to the ambulance, but they refused. We let her carry the woman to the ambulance. And we had to actually to drive the ambulance because these guys had to drive the ambulance from the emergency section. Just across where the doctor is, so that in case he gets out, he comes and checks on it. People at the gate, they are saying, wait to leave. Wait for the doctor. The doctor is also saying he's a professional doctor, he can't run. If someone is going to die, he's not God. Now, I started getting confused. The woman died.
Oh, God.
She died with my hand. The doctor came late and said, he just actually removed the cannula and the drip and he was leaving. And that's when I asked, now you're going? What? You didn't tell us anything. Why are you going? He's like, yeah, it's too late. She has passed away. That's why I actually felt bad and I was like, I cried. I came begging you to come because it was hard for me to get convinced that she died because it was her time. You get it? She might have survived. You never know.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
But
they wasn't given a fighting
we
chance.
had a fight. I cried. I was looking at this poor family. I looked at the only support system we have. I looked at the woman. You get it? Those are the stories. Along those stories, there are many stories. I was broken emotionally. I felt bad. And this person also told me, now, what do you think you're going to do? So when everything was documented, because I didn't know, it was sent to me later by the team I went with. I looked at these videos and I was like, if I put this story to light, I know it is going to backfire this man. I was like, should I leave him? But later I had a life that was lost along that way. I was like, no, let me bring this story to the life. Let me give it life. Let me give it light. So that these policymakers get to know what is really happening in these sectors. Because, we are always seeing doctors coming out and nurses saying, we are less paid. And I am tired of that statement. You know why? If you feel like you're less paid and you're at work and you're not willing to serve, please don't go.
Yeah.
If you're a journalist, you want to cover a story and you're saying you're not being paid, so you feel like I'm not going to work because I'm not paid, please don't go. For some of us, we are doing whatever we do because we even have passion and we even feel like we're entitled to do that. You get it. But who speaks for journalists? Do you know that journalists suffer a lot?
Yeah.
Do you know that journalists are being beaten in fields?
They are arrested, they are beaten.
But who speaks for them? There was a recent journalist who died last time during politics. Who speaks for them? Do they think that we are being paid highly? But we don't give up. You get it. So I always get broken that the fact that yes, I highly believe that we need to do what we need to do, but we shouldn't just ignore someone because we are not paid. Let it be our Lord. So it was really so challenging, but I want to thank the Ministry of Health because I was contacted by the personal assistant of the minister, Dr. Trine, and they reached out they actually followed up. They went to Hoima. They drove from Kampala to Hoima to check out, is it true?
Yes.
They checked out and realized that I wasn't telling a wrong story. You get it. They came back to me. We had a meeting.
Yeah.
They showed me everything, and this person had to be held accountable. You see how impactful it is.
Yes.
Now, if I had decided to be like, I'm not going to share this story because what will happen to this man? But remember, there are very many people who go to that hospital.
There are many lives
that are going to be lost along that way. So I believe that if we tell stories, we are going to also receive feedback. As long as we are telling true stories. And we are not going neutral stories, not to bring a story where you feel like you have to drive your emotions there. You get it. So I believe that in case we do what we have to do, visual storytelling, I can easily convince you if I speak to you.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
But if I write something, hello Derek, my name is Faridah, can you please hire me? I'm so good at digital storytelling and I'm also a visual storyteller. Can you hire me?
And I want proof.
You want proof to see me. Is it me? Who is Faridah? You get it. So that is how powerful visual storytelling is. Whatever you're doing, don't speak for someone. At least have evidence for that person you're speaking to.
And you mentioned visual storytelling and the proof bit. I want you to widen that topic because I felt like it's really important to understand how important visual storytelling is for every person out there and for different baby journalists, youth, or anyone in business. How important and what are the success stories you've seen within the visual storytelling journey?
According to my side, I would say 90% of the stories that I've told into visuals, I've at least seen 70% successful. So visual storytelling is telling stories into videography, photography, you get it, along those documentaries, you get it. So you know why these stories be evidenced? You see what we are speaking here.
Yeah.
If this statement comes to the public, and then can I deny that wasn't me?
No.
So we have very many people who come out and give stories in written and then later deny that it wasn't me.
Yeah.
You get it. And also, personally, besides saying that Ugandans, I believe in what you, Derek, tell me. That what I see than what I hear. You get it. Hearing is kind of rumors. It's hard to convince someone. But look at the stories. You bring a story of a woman who is being maybe because I always use visuals, photos while holding someone, and I say she died. Will you say that she didn't die while having that woman in my hands? Now what if I come and say, this person died with nothing? Would you easily believe that?
I feel like the brain also reacts more to visual and than written. We have the emotions are moved more towards saying than hearing, and
Yeah, because even in videos, look at TikTok. Don't you see how people make videos every day?
yeah,
There is this 5x5 challenge. You make video to promote your product, because we believe you're not going to tell me I sell nice shoes with a word of mouth, but I'm not seeing those
the
shoes. So if I see those shoes online, I'll definitely come for those shoes. So that is how powerful visual storytelling is in the stories we tell.
Yeah.
Because writing here, by the way, let us look at the people we are targeting.
Yeah.
Not everyone is educated.
Yeah.
In your family, is everyone educated?
No.
Me, my mom is not even educated.
Yeah.
Now, if I start coming out and start bringing stories, written stories, will she even have access to buy a newspaper and read those stories?
Yeah.
But do you know that you enjoy? Have you ever watched something that is a video, but it actually, the language is totally different, but you are busy watching it and feel like you're touched?
Yeah. Yeah, it happens.
To us girls, there those Korean dramas we watch, but the movie is not translated, but you feel like you can't you can't even leave the movie.
Yeah.
That is how powerful
The
visual
visual
story, because it's the story tells itself.
Oh.
You get it. Yeah.
You recently posted something. In your post, you mentioned something about how life can stretch you and bring you, and you have to be your own cheerleader. Tell us, what were you thinking about while writing that post? And how have you been the cheerleader of your own life? And how can we be the cheerleader of our own lives?
Oh, Derek, you fooled me so much. I didn't expect that. Anyway, when I started this journey as a journalist, very many people undermined my potential.
Yeah.
So, we enter rooms where someone will look at you and be like, at times you feel like, no, I can't even do this. Whatever I'm doing, I believed in myself. By the way, if we are to choose people close to us, choose people who align with what you do.
Yeah.
People who are going to cheer you and tell you,
this is good.
Lynette, what you're doing is good. You get it?
Yeah.
And also, before waiting for Lynette to tell you that is good, see it within you. You get it? I had people close to me, but I wasn't, having people where they can, when they can even see potential in you, and at a certain point feel like, Faridah, now they're costing me here. What will I be saying for all this time? I can't do that. You be there down. The moment you feel like I can't do this, the moment you feel you can't be like Derek, that is the end of you. But the moment you start cheering yourself, I always say this to myself.
Yeah.
I love you, Faridah. I'm proud of you.
Wow.
To all my friends who know me, I always tell myself that, Faridah, I love you. I'm so proud of the work you are doing. For this story you've done, you're so good, Faridah. You know what that keeps doing for me? My friends always even tell me, I have a friend who tells me, oh, you guys, Faridah, she said today that, oh, you're beautiful, you have a nice smile. Because I always tell it to myself, why would I need to wait for Derek to tell me, hi Faridah, you're beautiful and you have a nice smile? What if I don't get it from you? And for me, I'm seeing it, hey, I have a nice smile and I'm beautiful. You get it? My friends know that Faridah loves Faridah. Faridah loves Faridah. I love myself. So, in everything you do, don't make a mistake and feel like you're giving up. Cheer yourself up.
Wow. How do we get to find love within ourselves? How do you start that journey of loving yourself? Because it's deep. One thing that I noticed, when you visualize something, it comes to light at the later future.
Yeah.
But it's important to trigger your brain to visualize that something happening. And most people out there actually have failed to love themselves and are always looking for someone out there to love them, to tell them words of affirmation, to probably notice them before they notice themselves and love themselves. Where did your journey of that, loving yourself and being your own cheerleader, how did you discover that?
Yeah, this came from, people, I believe everyone loves him or herself. However, the love we give out to others, it's not the love we get.
Yeah.
I'm a lover. I'm a lover. to everyone who knows me. Me, if you're my friend, I'll make sure that you're there and you're okay. I'll come for you at any time. But I used not to get that in return.
Yeah.
So I was like, I do things for other people.
Yeah.
But I leave myself out. I can gift someone and she won't gift me back. You get it? I was like, but what does it cost me to love myself? What do I need to love myself? Start by looking at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself and say, Faridah, you've done enough. It's time for you. Why do you have to wait for Vivian to take you out? So in case Vivian is not around, won't you go out?
Yeah.
Love starts within you. The love, make sure that the love you're giving out is half of the love you have within you.
Yeah.
You're just sharing part of the love you have. Because without loving ourselves, that is where depression comes in. Stress. That's where you will hear people saying, you know, me, I gave up on life. Because you will be hopeless. Without love, there is no hope.
Yeah.
But when you see that I'm giving this love to Vivian, I'm giving her quarter of my love. Yeah? So do you want to convince me that we have two different loves?
Yeah.
This love for a friend and this love that is mine. No, you have one love, and that is the love you need to just get a small portion and give to someone.
Yeah.
So I want you all to love yourself. No one is going to love you more than you. They always say, you know, my mom loves me so much. Do you mean that your mom loves you more than you love yourself? No. So you have to love yourself, and don't ever even mention it that, you know, this person loves me so much. No one loves you so much, I'm telling you, dear. That day you will get problems and see people out of your life. That is when you're going to realize that, love needs me to believe in myself, to cheer myself and come out from this situation.
Wow. You had a successful story where you traveled to the Netherlands. Talk to us about your journey, the lessons learned from Netherlands, and also how important is climatic protection and environment protection.
Yeah, you know, me, when I did journalism, we were so much affected. I think it was 2009 something. I was very, very young. We faced a drought in our home district, Gomba, by the way, a serious drought that went over 3 months. We lost everything. Even the president of Uganda, to those who knows Chisos, he lost a big number of cattle. Everything died. I saw our farm and the grass catching fire on its own. On its own.
Wow.
So we had no food. And these are the stories that people don't even believe in. Me, I remember I was young, but the government used to send us some food aid because we lost everything. They used to send us posho and beans. I was very young. I think I was very young. So they used to send beans and posho. So we used to make lines. You stand here, maybe your mom behind, and everyone used to get 1 cup of maize flour and 1 cup of beans. You get it? In my home district where I come from, this is a true story because I be sharing photos. Having access to clean water is one of the hardest things to see. And we are pastoralists, you get it? So you used to walk long distances to find water up to date. So I had that scenario within me. You know, now people there think that whatever is happening, it's because of God. Not even knowing that even the deforestation, the charcoal burning happening has to contribute something to the climate.
Yeah.
Because you guys, we believe in God.
Yeah.
But we humans also contribute to the problems we find around the way. So it stuck into my mind, and I wanted to have knowledge about climate. That's how I went for some small courses, and then got to understand, wow, the reason why this came to our village, it is because I see even trees being cut down. I see charcoal burning as the main activity there.
Yeah.
Do you think you can cut a tree in our farm right now?
No.
Because I educated everyone. So it is important that if you have knowledge about something, learn it, have knowledge, then impact others to do it. We've been seeing about floodings.
Yeah.
Floods in
Kampala. Yeah. You actually wrote a story about that.
So you want to tell me it's God who is causing those floods? We have blocked channels.
Yeah.
So you want God to go and unblock that channel. Or it's your role as a human being to go and bring that to clear that channel. We are not going to build on those channels and think we won't face floods. Floods are going to come. Reason being, you've blocked a channel that is taking water. And that's why we are seeing business owners crying because floods are almost everywhere and it is becoming worse by the way.
Yeah, very worse. Yeah, you actually wrote about it. There were two posts, one recently of the KCCA and then the other of the Hamis, where someone documented what was happening downtown and all that. So, and then while mentioning your job, you mentioned something that is so important that I don't want to forget. Sometimes, as humans, are the reasons why some problems happen to us. So when you wrote this entire story, what triggered my brain was like, how do we hold ourselves accountable? And who do we hold accountable in these cases?
Now let's start from here. You're going to drink, maybe you're going to buy Jessa, you drink and throw that rubbish there.
Yeah.
So how do we hold each other accountable? My role is to come and tell you, Derek, pick it up.
Yeah.
You get it. So look at how we dispose waste in Kampala, even in our homes. You get it. You find waste here, you find waste here. But this problem starts within us. Before even saying KCCA, you're not taking care of the country. Now, is it KCCA that is telling you to go and throw rubbish there? I feel like we are all responsible, and the fact that we need to be like looking at each other. There was a certain video that I saw of Honorable Narukola. They were in jam and someone threw something like a polythene bag. He jumped out of the car, picked the polythene bag and like, excuse me sir, this belongs to you. So you see how that is interesting it is. And this is what we have to do. For all the problems that are coming to us, we before even saying God and blaming the policymakers, we contribute a lot to them. But how best can we improve it? You get it. How best can we make sure that this person won't be affected? You get it. So let you be my police officer. I also be your police officer. If I find waste at your home, I tell you, Derek, you need to dispose waste here and here. Derek, you shouldn't cut down trees, because if you cut down trees, you won't even have a shade where to sit. If you cut down trees, you know what? We are not going to be seeing rainfall anymore. If you just want to throw polythene bags in water, you're going to kill fish that are inside. You get it. So we need to look at each other's mistakes without saying that I'm going to look at Derek, but Derek is not allowed to look at me. We need to help. Like KCCA can't work alone. And also you can't work alone. Even me in the work I do, I can't work alone. We need, I would say, partnership in everything. You get it. Yeah, you're helping me, I'm helping you out, because they are trying to fight for us. Yeah.
When you mentioned policeman, me policing you and you policing me, reminded me of something. The video of the police officer just there and people are just disposing rubbish in a drainage system, and a video is taken and he's not moved. It got me thinking about two concepts. Has he been given such information? Which I believe he has not. But then if he has not, how can we get people? Because I feel like part of these problems is maybe an awareness issue. And different countries maybe and different policymakers don't create awareness systems. They come out to probably, I'm not sure if it's right, but they get into Serena, talk about environment protection, what they're talking to CEOs they're inviting, but on ground
it is different.
On ground it's different. None of them has come out to the down level. And me, I believe in practicability. Everything I believe in practicability. So these people downstairs, or not downstairs, or under there, who have not been educated enough about this, what happens, is Why aren't policymakers coming down? What do you think the problem would be?
I think the problem, you're right about that, because look at the meetings. These meetings are being held in those big hotels. But we need to raise awareness to even people who are actually in these communities to know how dangerous it is to dispose waste in drainage and trenches. You get it. Discussions shouldn't be in hotels. Discussions should be on ground. And the reason why I think people are not coming out to help maybe KCCA, because this is something for us. Whatever KCCA is doing is for us benefit. But because some people have no knowledge at how dangerous it is, you're going to discuss those things on national TVs. You're not going come to Chisenyi, tell these people, because you're going to find waste there. Talk to them, tell them, please don't dispose waste here. You know why this place is flooding? It's because the drain channels are blocked. So if you throw polythene bags, plastics here,
this is what happens.
Trust me, everyone will even be part. I'm telling you, Ugandans are not bad people. If it happens and KCCA comes and say, but Ugandans, can we have some volunteers who can come out on streets and help us with this work? Do you think like 100% of the Ugandans will say no?
No, I wouldn't say no.
But because you don't want us to get involved in your activities, and you feel like these discussions have to be in hotels. You have to take flights and discuss things of Uganda in Berlin. So we are not going to be part of the conversations. We are just going to hold our hands and monitor whatever you're doing. Actually, we'll be like, you know what is happening on Twitter? We find waste, we take a photo. Dear ED, KCCA, see this polythene bag here. Can you please send your team to remove it there? Those are the posts that are happening. And why do you think that is happening? It's because Ugandans feel like we are not part of your problems. You don't involve us into your work. But if you involve us, we are also willing to help. Let's give an example. If you don't come for Faridah to ask help, do you think Faridah will come?
No.
So they should come to us. These things of going to Berlin, these things of having meetings in Sheraton's and Selena should stop and come to the ground, because Kampala is let me give an example of Kampala. It is facing a huge problem of poor waste management. Come to the streets of Kampala and raise awareness. Because you're raising awareness is happening 1 day or 2 days. It happens thrice or once in a year. Where you're just going to come on streets and only do what? Correct rubbish. You get it? They only come to correct rubbish, not to talk to them. So I believe that we need to change.
Actually, if anyone maybe on the authorities is watching, I believe work is done through people. These days, people may call these boys who collect those the different bottles and everything, but do you know it has contributed to part of the solutions to the problem? Imagine now, probably KCCA came out to reach out to those boys and gave them a token of appreciation.
Also, we have actually organization that is into plastic management. I'll give a shout out to West Plus. It has done a good work. They are collecting plastic. They do products in plastic. So you see how they are trying to improve the environment. You get it? So we need at least KCCA to give shout out to these people, organization, and these people. They are doing good work. But the moment you keep quiet and you don't see the work of other organizations, there are very many organizations. I think what KCCA needs is maybe to come and work with West Plus, because if West Plus is into plastic, if they're into plastic, they should come and work with West Plus, and they work with another organization that is into something like recycling. You get it? It means that it will reduce even on the cost for them. They are even spreading around, because empowering people to do this job, empower organizations that are already into this. You get it?
While we're having this discussion, it's gone on. It reminded me of that video of that gentleman where all different policymakers, ministers, and all that. I don't know, remember if you saw that video of that gentleman who was pouring rubbish into the drainage system, and everyone was, "Hey, how can he do that? What?" It got me thinking while having this conversation. Got me thinking, like, why do we always look at stories from one side and not fail to look at stories from two
I
sides?
think we Ugandans know what is bad and what is good. Because I saw that video and I saw the reaction of the people online. And the guy was even arrested. I remember that video. So we know what is needed, but we just need to be involved.
Yeah, we need to be involved.
I also love to feel like I'm part of this organization.
Yeah, I'm part of the solution.
I'm part of the solution. You get it? If I feel like I'm part of the solution, we are going to have very many such kind of videos where we come out and all say, this is bad, this is bad. Dear cases, government of Uganda, come and help us here. You get it? So we need to feel like we are also part of the solution. But if we want to not to look like people are just there to watch and monitor your work, it won't make anything anymore.
You've had some really successful stories after a long fight. One of them was the activists that were imprisoned, and it took on a tail on you and a tail on the activists to seek justice. But finally, they were able to seek justice. How important was that journey after seeing success after that long tail?
Yeah, I at times we always get court delays. I'm telling you, whatever is happening behind those courts, it is very stressful. Like, you be here and someone says the magistrate is absent. She's the next day. You know what was very stressful? Someone went on leave and the case is still ongoing. We are asking you, can you please transfer this case to someone else? Wait for my leave. You get it? And these people, you're arresting people for over a period of 3 months. That is too much. Common nuisance. I'm telling you, we have charges in Uganda. Common nuisance. And you're arresting someone over 3 months. We have activists. They were arrested on 1st August last year just because they came on streets and shouted, "Stop ECOP." And you're arresting these people. You're not even sentencing them yet, but they're on remand. Remand, they're even making a year. So what will happen later? So there is a lot of injustices. But when we look at these things, all we need to do is to come out and shed a light to people. Because you can't, I told you, you can't do this alone. You see, you're doing podcast, but you will need people you're going to work with. Yeah. So my role was to bring the story to the public, because I'm not so educated about law, but I have friends in law. They pick an interest and see. Some will even guide you. Some will also join the fight and say, free them, this is too much. Because they see. Those people also see. Yeah. Me, I have a friend who has even told me, I have an officer in New Zealand. Some police officers, they follow my social media so much. But do you think that they don't like what I post? They like it because it is not biased stories, and I'm not attacking anyone, not the government. May I just spread my law? You get it? So it releases stress when you look at, like, you've started a story and it is gaining momentum online, and there is action that is taken, and you're seeing people getting out. However, some people want to recognize it as your effort. That is the bad thing about this. We run stories, you start your story. You know these stories on online. I bring the story, someone picks it, also starts from there, but they won't come out and say that this story was started by Faridah.
Gatekeeping.
No, yeah. Everyone wants to own and feels like I own the story, which is okay, because at the end of the day, what I focus on is accountability, justice served, and an impact. There is nothing I'm interested in. Actually, me, I'm okay with everyone taking my stories as long as they've served what I need. That's all. The only problem I always get is someone taking my work and maybe try to discredit me. I don't like that, because I know what it means to go on ground, get that work, and someone tries to take all the credit.
Faridah, along your journey, I'm sure you've faced so many challenges, and in most cases we shy away from addressing the real issues because we do not want to face those challenges of probably you're fighting the wrong fight. What keeps you brave?
What keeps me brave is that I'm not in this fight alone. I'm with you also. You get it? I have very many people. Ugandans are nice people. You can't, like, I would feel weak if I'm doing this alone.
Yeah.
But if I bring out a story and see that Derek is going to pick it out, there is someone else who's picking it out. It means I'm not alone. Meaning that I have support, I have people who can come out for me. And also, what keeps me strong is that the stories I'm telling, they don't just stop along the way. You be hopeful knowing that this story is going to bring this impact. I've seen impact in these stories. And I'm still on what I said long time ago, to be a voice for the voiceless people. If I was on off track, my vision, I would definitely feel weak, but I'm still in line with what I wanted some time back.
Wow. Farid, as we wind up, what has been the most outstanding event that has happened within your journey?
My outstanding event was my trip to Netherlands. Because I've been covering stories and I didn't know that maybe one day I'll be out because of the work I do.
Yeah.
So it spoke volume to me, also seeing myself on the front line, fighting for climate with a number of over 45,000 people. Because it was a team of different organizations, Oxfam, what and what, but I was at the front line. So it spoke so much volume. Like the shout out I received in front of the people, being in front of over 45,000 people and someone is giving out a shout out of your name and what you do. So that stood out for me so far.
Lessons to My Diary has a culture of threes. One is a lesson in health, wealth, and relationship. One lesson in health, wealth, and relationships.
One lesson? I didn't get you well.
Give us 3 lessons. One in health, wealth, and relationships. Why did you say
Oh, that is too much, especially the last part. But I start with health.
Yeah.
I think I'll speak this to the health sector. To at least be on ground and supervise what this our team is doing, the nurses and the doctors.
Yeah.
And also a reminder to this team, it's like we always come and speak for you that you are less paid, but we are here for you. However, don't forget that we also face the same problems that you're facing. So I want us to be in the same struggle, not giving up on our laws because of the things that we do and we face. Then in wealth, I'll say, I don't even have money, but in wealth, I'll say that it takes time. And all you have to do is to build slowly by slowly.
Yeah.
You can't be like Derek in just one day. You need to keep moving in everything you do. I might be into journalism, but do you think that I'm just there? I have to make sure that I also earn something or start something somewhere where I can earn some money to have a life. Then relationships. A lesson. Relationship. Be a girl child. Be a boy child. Please and please love yourself more. That man is not going to love you more than yourself. That woman is not going to love you more than yourself. And also take care of your mental health. There is nothing as stressful as stress in relationships. Let it be friendships.
Yes.
It is more stressful, it can drain you. But I want you to give yourself love. Please, whatever you feel like this person is going to do for me, don't give yourself to someone 100%. It will be very hard for you to get yourself back.
Wow. I think this winds up our episodes of Lessons from My Diary. But one thing I noticed as we wind up, probably need to give us a last remark. And then I also noticed you're really a multi-talented person. So I wanted to find out how important is it to be a multi-talented person and to push for your different talents. Because people keep speaking to you to push for one thing, but how important is it to push for as many things that you feel are good for you and will bring impact to others?
I always tell this to myself, I'm not yet rich. Why do I limit myself over things? Being multi-talented helps you so much. I remember when I went for a job interview on a radio, I went for a drive show, so that was the interview I went to, and they asked me, what else do you add on?
That's a powerful question.
You
What
get
else
it?
do you add?
Because these radio stations need someone who can do maybe editing this and this. So I got an opportunity because I had something else. I was doing this so good at editing, news reporting. I had even learned how to do to edit voiceovers. You get it. But later I ended up being in radio where I can do most of the things there. But still, you find the best things you want for yourself. So you should make sure that whatever you're doing, you're multi-talented. Like, don't look at one thing. If you're on camera, like I'm telling you, you saw my video while you're standing on the border covering.
Yeah,
you get it. Like
the resilience.
test yourself to learn other things, because Uganda right now, you can't survive on one thing. Just like job, you need to make sure you have your side business, but you're also working for someone. You get me? So try to learn more and more. I also love learning. And a lesson to give to everyone is that believe in the power of visual storytelling.
Yes.
And never let anyone make you feel low. You're more better, you're more powerful, you're more courageous.
Yeah.
In whatever field you're in. I things might not be good for you right now, but give it just 2 years to 3 years. Keep the fire burning. Don't feel like I've done this and I've not perfected it. Let me just give up. Be you, be yourself. Keep moving. In just 2 years, I'll be waiting to see you all shining.
Wow. Thank you so much, Faridah. It's been an honor learning from you and having you within this space. I've got to learn from you online, within the camera and outside the camera. Looking forward to more interactions and more purposeful development. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Ciao.
Bye-bye.